The Pelicans may be the most cursed team in the NBA this season. They may be just like last year's Memphis Grizzlies team. We're already at a point where Brandon Boston, Jose Alvarado, and Javonte Green have had to play 30 plus minutes a night because of all the injuries that this team has. We've already seen the injuries to Zion Williamson, CJ McCollum, DeJounte Murray, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, and Jordan Hawkins. That is insane. So today we're going to be saving the Pelicans, and this team is in an interesting spot because Brandon Ingram, you could say their best player, their second best player, is a free agent at the end of the year. They extended Herb Jones, they've extended Trey Murphy, they drafted Jordan Hawkins, Zion Williamson's getting paid a lot of money. Is there playing time, or is this team have the most dynamic fit with Brandon Ingram making $50 plus million a year? Because the way he's playing right now in real life, that's definitely what he's going to be asking for. And I thought this team had the talent, but I didn't know because of the strengths and weaknesses of this team that they were going to be able to go far in the playoffs. Like, they have a lot of talent on paper, but is it going to gel together? Are they going to have that chemistry? Will they be able to coexist in the half court? I was skeptical about that, and I thought they were going to be a play-in tournament team. They've already had a plethora of injuries to start off the season, and the Western Conference is very tough right now. So they do own their first-round pick at the end of the year, which is good. That's the only pick that they own in this year's draft because they did trade that Lakers pick for DeJounte Murray, which I didn't really love that trade. I don't think DeJounte Murray is as good as you would want him to be. And I think we've learned that from the Atlanta Hawks deal, that you probably shouldn't give up 2 first-round picks and Dyson Daniels for him. I don't know if that's going to be the best course of action, but you know what? He is better than Dyson Daniels. So we're going to try to see how far this team can go. Now, Brandon Ingram, an extension, is he willing to resign? He is not. And I can't lose him for nothing. And that's what I think the Pelicans shouldn't want to do. So, like, maybe there's a chance he's signed and traded in the offseason because a lot of the teams that are desirable locations don't have cap space. And maybe New Orleans is able to get something in a sign and trade in return. But I don't want to bank on that. So, I don't know. Maybe we do a sign and trade in the offseason, but I think it's more likely that we either extend him and then figure it out after that. Then maybe trade him or trade somebody else, or we trade him at this year's deadline. I also like what I've seen from the rookie big man Yves Missi, but this team lost Jonas Valanciunas in the offseason. They need kind of an upgrade at the center spot if they want to win a championship. I don't think Yves Missi is ready for that. He has shown flashes so far, but in the playoffs, when it matters the most and teams can expose him, teams can go right at him, and they can solo him on the floor, I'm a little worried about that. So obviously we want to play a ton of minutes to Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. Alvarado has been great as a three-point shooter this year. Jordan Hawkins has been good as well. Like, there's not enough minutes, I think, to go around for some of these guys on the team. So maybe they'd be in the market for a 2-for-1. And we are here at the trade deadline, and 2K actually seems like they're a big fan of the Pelicans. We got off to a really good start, as you can see, in the month of October. Start today just not being fixed is unreal, but the Thunder are 43-6. It's funny the day I'm recording this, the Lakers, who are the 10th seed in the West, would be the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. That's how different these conferences are so far, but we got to realize, are we going to be able to win a championship this year? Zion Williamson, I still believe, is our guy that we are building around going forward. He's got 4 years left on his deal. I think we're going to choose him if it's him over Brandon Ingram, which I like Ingram a ton, and I want these guys to coexist, but I feel like there's just a shooting issue. Like, these guys are good, but I feel like they're not high volume shooters enough. I mean, McCollum is in, I think, a different tier, but then he lacks the defense. And Trey Murphy is good. And I don't know, like, there's just so many good wings on this team. There really is. I wish we had maybe a better point guard than Murray. Obviously, we could go for a center at the trade deadline. Yves Missi has been really solid for us. Herb Jones has been good. Man, Jordan Hawkins, like, is he the odd man out? But he's been incredible in year number 2. I don't know what to do because Brandon Ingram is making a decent amount of money. He's making $30 million. So I'd have to find a team that would have a $30 million center. Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis would be nice, but why would Boston want to trade Kristaps? Bam, I doubt it. Jared Allen doesn't make... I thought about Jared Allen in the offseason for Brandon Ingram, and I thought that made sense then. And maybe we revisit that now. We'll check the Cavs in the standings, and they can go Mobley at the 5. Like, that could be an option. Gobert just got extended. Miles Turner... I mean, I don't think Indiana would trade him. He's been one of the longest tenured players in the NBA on a current team. Zubac just got extended. Maybe Nick Claxton, but does that really put us over the hump? I'm not the biggest fan of DeAndre Ayton, and if we wanted Walker Kessler, I'd probably cost Jordan Hawkins or Herb Jones because of that money aspect. So we could see about Jared Allen. That's just the thing I'm scared about, man, just because, I don't know, 32-19, do they want to mess this up? And obviously the Cavs have been incredible in real life. They're still undefeated at the moment I'm recording this. They may have lost. So Ingram would resign. That's not what he's going to be asking for. Like, if I gave Ingram 4 years, 160, and then we revisit this in the offseason, I don't hate that idea. Yeah, I'm going to overpay for him. Not overpay, like 2K would allow me to sign him for a little bit less, but he's not making $28 million in real life. That's what Trey Murphy just got. Brandon Ingram is probably going to ask for $40 plus million. So we're going to give him this. I still think he'll be tradable in the offseason, and we're going to revisit that then. I don't know. I guess I don't have the confidence to make a trade right now that's going to be that notable. And I found a really good trade that we could take on. So I'm not sure. I think we have a trade exception. Is that why this works? Yeah. So we have a trade exception, which is huge. I'm going to use it. I'm going to send off Daniel Tyson, Javonte Green to the Rockets for Steven Adams, which now gives them a little bit more minutes to their backup bigs. And I really like the addition of Steven Adams on this team because Steven Adams could probably start over Yves Missi if we wanted him to. Obviously, a former Pelican was there for 1 year in 2021 before he was in that Jonas Valanciunas trade. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP. No surprise there with the Thunder being that good. Ryan Dunn, because of his defense, takes home Rookie of the Year. Russ, Sixth Man of the Year. Wemby, Depoy. Bilal, Most Improved. Trae Young is your Clutch Player of the Year. And Dagno is your Coach of the Year. Are we going to see a Zion or an Ingram on an All-NBA team? We do not. And the only thing we got was Yves Missi on All-Rookie First Team. And I do think I'm going to go with Steven Adams for the playoffs. Funny enough, we ended up as the 2 seed. We were that good towards the end of the season. I mean, we go 48-34. So we were basically 2 games away from potentially being the 5 seed. And we had a really strong end to the year, which is nice to see. We were not a good road team, but we were really good at home in New Orleans, which is great to see, especially since we're a 2 seed come playoff time. I'm excited to see who's going to step up to be our top guy in the playoffs. I mean, I've been trying to think about who I want to start. I mean, all year long, I did start McCollum over Murphy, Hawkins, and Herb Jones. I can't wait to see what Willie Green does when they're all fully healthy again. And this is what the rotation is going to look like for the playoffs. Murray, McCollum, Ingram, Zion, Adams, with Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Jordan Hawkins, Alvarado, and Missi off the bench. Like, depth-wise, this is a really good team now, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to gel in the playoffs. We're 4.5 start balance. Let's see who we are taking on. It's going to be the LA Clippers. Okay. This should be a winnable series. Kawhi Leonard is out there. They've picked up Tyus Jones throughout the year. What type of trade was that? Obviously, Norman Powell's been playing great without Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Same with the Ivica Zubac as well. Yeah, who did they trade? Ivica Zubac or Vucevic was traded for Saddiq Bey, Terrence Mann for Jock Landale. We saw Norman Powell and Nick Batum for Nurkic and Tyus Jones. Who the heck is starting at center for the Phoenix Suns? It was Bol, and I could see why you guys got knocked out in the play-in tournament. So here we go, taking on the Clippers. Game number 1 goes to the Clippers. They won by 1. Oh my God, we got outscored by 8 in the 4th quarter. I am going to ride hot hands as well. So if somebody's struggling through the first 3 games, we are going to make some switches. We do win game 2. We destroyed them in that 4th quarter, 39-19. Ingram had a good game. Murray had a good game. Zion had a good game. McCollum, not as much. Game number 3 goes to the Clippers. All right, we are down 2-1. We lose 129-120. I mean, it's only going to get tougher from here. All right, Jordan Hawkins, 1 of 10 from the field, 0 of 7 from 3. I got to give you less minutes. And I'm going more to Zion and Ingram. Game number 4 does go to the Pelicans. We win 138-108. Zion drops 32. Ingram drops 24. Murray 21-6 and 14. There we go. Yeah, Hawkins is only playing about 10 minutes a night. He played better in those 10 minutes. Game 5 goes to the Pelicans. There we go. We take our 3-2 lead. DeJounte Murray with 30, 5, and 10. 1 steal as well. Zion had 19 and 9. And we are 1 game away from winning a playoff series for the first time with this core. So since the Anthony Davis trade, they've made the playoffs, but they have yet to win a playoff series. We're going to have to find out in game 7 because we do end up losing game 6. Here we go. Game 7. It's going to be at home against the Clippers. We have a very good first quarter. Let's finish strong. Okay, we have not a good second quarter. Third quarter's up in the air. We finished strong. We're up by 16 with 6 minutes left. And they were flirting with a comeback. They outscored us by 2 in the 4th quarter. But we do end up winning. And we win a playoff series for the first time, I believe, in the Willie Green era. And here we go. We're taking on the Rockets in round number 2. In a couple years, this team will be really good, but right now, I'm not as worried about them. Jeremy Grant, they traded for this season. And you got the Thunder and the Lakers at the top there. Game number 1 goes to Houston. We did lose game number 1 against the Clippers as well. Amen Thompson had 25, 9, and 10 against us. Game number 2 goes to the Pelicans. We win 113-109. Zion with 28, McCollum with 20, Ingram with 14, 7, and 10. Game 3 goes to Houston. So this is deja vu from last series. We went down 2-1 in this fashion in that series. I don't know if I want to make any changes. McCollum's been fine. Trey Murphy's been really solid. I just don't know where he starts on this team. I really don't. Steven Adams has been a good center for us. So this is the Steven Adams revenge series. We win 121-115. Daniel Tice is getting minutes in these games. Javonte Green is getting DNPs. Ingram and Zion were great. Can we go up 3-2? No, we go down 3-2. So this is not like last series. Zion Williamson was playing great and he fouled out in 25 minutes. DeJounte Murray, yeah, not as consistent as a 3-point shooter. He's turned the ball over a decent amount and we lose in 6. Damn, we lose 108-107. We almost came back there in that 4th quarter, but that 3rd quarter, you can't score 14 points in a game 6, do or die. And we end up losing in round 2, which I guess is a successful season for the Pelicans, winning a playoff series as a 2 seed. But I don't know. I feel like that was going to be a conference finals appearance for sure. I don't know how I feel running this exact team back because I think I'm putting too many eggs in the Yves Missi development basket, and he's obviously not going to space the floor. Neither is Zion, so we do have a crowded front court. And does that clog up the paint for Brandon Ingram to get the shots he wants? Because he obviously plays very well inside the three-point arc, at the foul line, at the elbows to get mid-range jumpers. So I don't know. I feel like we're going to have to, like, the Pelicans are such a weird construction. I'd love to know, like, let me know in the comments how you'd build around this team. Would you make any trades to the starting five? Would you move on from Herb Jones? Would you move on from Yves Missi? Would you do something like that? We do own our first round pick at 23. So I decided not to fire Willie Green. We did win a playoff series, so I didn't think that was going to be fair. I feel like the Pelicans have been a good drafting team. Like, Jordan Hawkins seems like a good pick. Same with Yves Missi. Dyson Daniels maybe wasn't a good pick in New Orleans, but you're seeing it pay off in Atlanta. He was just never going to get the opportunity in New Orleans, and was always going to be a developmental project as well, for what he was coming out of the G League Ignite. Getting Trey Murphy late in the 2021 draft, getting Herb Jones in the second round. Like, the Pelicans have been a good drafting team. Michael Ruzic, number 3 to the Mavericks. That's crazy. And I was actually going to think about trading Brandon Ingram to the Spurs, but they actually just traded for Desmond Bane. And I'm going to take Idon Almonte here, who I thought could have been a fringe first rounder in last year's draft. He was at the G League Ignite. Now he's going to be playing overseas. So we're going to take him here in the first round, and let's sign him here. So we're going to pick up the team option on Jordan Hawkins. Kyrie Irving's a free agent. Same with James Harden and Naz Reid, who I would love on this team. All right, so we are going to sign Scottie Pippen Jr. 3 years, $7.5 million. I'm surprised the Grizzlies are letting him walk, because I think he's a pretty good player. I would like to, if I can bring back Brandon Boston, maybe Antonio Reeves as well. So we signed Scottie Pippen Jr., which now allows us to maybe trade Jose Alvarado if we wanted to. Jamal Cain's going to actually get a deal from the King. Shout out to him, but I'm not going to match that. So we could look for another center as well. Andre Drummond. Yeah, that'd be a good pickup for us. 2-year deal. Come on, give me Andre Drummond. Boom, there we go. 2 years, $9 million. So this team has a ton of talent. CJ McCollum is a free agent at the end of the year. I wouldn't mind bringing back CJ McCollum on like a 2-year deal worth $28 million, because I still think he's a very good three-point shooter, and he could get 10 to 15 minutes a night. I don't think he's going to start this year. I got to figure out, like, what's the best dynamic. I think we're going to give this team half the season, and then I just don't know what center fits this team, because I want a center that could space the floor. Obviously, that's easier said than done. Everybody wants a center that can space the floor. So you're going into like the Miles Turners of the world, the Kristaps Porzingis, and are these guys getting traded? Karl-Anthony Towns, like, do we give the Nixon out? Maybe. Like, if I offered you Brandon, why would they want Ingram? They have Zion, or excuse me, they have OG and Mikal. Like, the Knicks need a center as well. So, like, say you, like, hypothetically, like I did Yves Missi, I'm just playing around here, CJ McCollum, and I don't know, Jordan Hawkins. Is that, I don't even know if that's enough for Karl-Anthony Towns. Probably not. It would probably have to cost me Trey Murphy or somebody like that. And is that too much? But does that make this team better? Because then you can have a lineup out there of, for us at least, DeJounte Murray at the 1. We would have like Herb Jones at the 2, Ingram 3, Zion 4, Karl-Anthony Towns 5. Just kind of enticing. The Knicks would probably go Brunson at the 1, Bridges at the 2, OG at the 4, Yves Missi at the 5, and then they could play around with Murphy or McCollum. Gives them more depth. Oh, man, this is not maybe the worst idea in the world. Now I'm talking myself into it. And the Knicks also have Mitchell Robinson as well still. Man, I don't hate this trade. If I did Brandon Ingram, I would maybe take on Precious Achiuwa. Gives us some big man depth. So I'd be moving McCollum's expiring, Yves Missi. I mean, we could do this. I don't have to include Yves Missi. I could hold on to him. Like, maybe I give them Drummond. The Knicks would acquire $500K more than allowed. Do you have a minimum contract? Isaiah Evans, Arrow, Hooporty. I'll take Larry Nance Jr. back. I don't even know. Okay, why is Larry Nance Jr. 2 stars at this moment? Isaiah Evans, was he a first? No, he's a second round pick out of Duke. Like, maybe we do this. McCollum, Ingram, and Andre Drummond, who would just sign for Karl-Anthony Towns, who could space the floor for us now. We would have really good defenders with Murphy and Herb Jones still on the perimeter, and we'd have Jordan Hawkins coming off the bench. I say we do this. We give the Knicks an out. Maybe they regret the Karl-Anthony Towns trade. This gives them a little bit more depth. I mean, they get Ingram, they get Drummond. Maybe he's not as enticing as Missi. So if they decline this, maybe we'll counteroffer it with Missi. They say no. I don't really want to throw in future first round picks with this team right now. So let's say instead of him, I give you Yves Missi, and they say no still. I don't know if Carlo gets it done. Okay, maybe we're not gonna be able to pull this off. First round pick for Cat. That seems like a lot, because if the Bucks are bad next year, like McCollum, Ingram, Missi, and a first for Cat and his contract. But I feel like Cat can really optimize this floor for us, and we don't need all this depth right now. Let's see if they accept this. Okay, they don't. Never mind. I talked all about that for nothing. I thought I had such a good elaborate plan out there, and they have Cat at way too high of a price point. So maybe we revisit that at the trade deadline or something. There goes CJ McCollum. He starts to regress. He's definitely going to lose some trade value, I think, over the course of the year. We have a really deep team right now. It's insane how much depth this team has right now. So I think I do got to make some type of like a 3-for-1 trade. We'll see. like I said, we're going to revisit the cat trade, but Murray, Hawkins, Ingram, Zion, Drummond is the starting five I'm going to go with. I got Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, McCollum, Yves Missi, and Jose Alvarado off the bench. Like Scottie Pippen Jr. not even getting minutes, but now that we have him, I'm okay trading away Jose Alvarado in a trade because we have a good backup point guard. We're 4-star balanced. We're going to see how this team performs over the course of the year, and then we're going to just keep in our eyes on some centers that can shoot. Maybe if the Celtics are bad, I'll call them for Kristaps because that may change now and maybe they're going to look for a little bit more depth. All right, so we're 33-16 at the deadline. We are the 2 seed in the Western Conference. Like, we're playing really well. We have an 11.1 point differential. We have the top offense in the West by a good margin. Our defense is also top 5 in the West. So I don't know what type of trade we would make right now. Zion Williamson is averaging 24.5 points, shooting 60% from the field. Is this 33% from 3 legit? No, not really. He's taking 16 threes this year. Brandon Ingram, 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, 54, 42, 81 splits. And Ingram is shooting 42% from 3, which is unreal. So maybe he's more comfortable in the system and he's taking this like at a high volume. 246 threes already attempted this year. Trey Murphy will not miss. He's been so good for us. DeJounte Murray has been good as well. TJ McCollum has even been like a good spot up shooter for us off the bench. Jordan Hawkins is hitting his threes. Man, they're really making me want to try to win with this core that we have right now, which I guess I'm going to try to do. Andre Drummond has been a rebounding machine out there. I just want to see anybody that's a free agent at the end of the year. It could be Alvarado. That is something I'm debating because Alvarado maybe isn't as needed, and I don't know like what an extension looks like, and maybe he opts out. Oh my God, he's asking for the minimum. Jeez. All right, I'm going to give him a minimum extension on that because I'm like, all right, I'll trade him, and then we can end up just starting Scottie Pippen. All right, so I'm going to give McCollum, I'm going to actually overpay for him because this could end up being traded. I'm just going to give him a 1-year extension worth $12 million. We could extend Jordan Hawkins right now, so let's do that. Let's give him a 4-year deal, and it's going to go up over time, so we're going to pay a little bit extra for him. Herb Jones, an extension. Let's do it. He's too good of a defender, and this would be a tradable contract with ease. So it's going to be $54 million guaranteed over 3 years. And the core is basically locked up. It really is. I just don't know what we do. Now, where are the Knicks right now? Because are the Knicks underperforming? They're 26-24. Come on, New York. Would you do something right now? Because I will give you CJ McCollum. I don't know if I want to give you Brandon Ingram now because Brandon Ingram has been really good for us. But I don't know who else to trade. Damn, so if I wanted to do like something for Cat, like, and keep on everybody, like I could easily throw in Brandon Ingram and do this, but Brandon Ingram has been so good for us. Do I throw in, I don't know, Trey Murphy? Do I do Trey Murphy for Cat? I mean, that really opens up the floor. All right, let's just see how far we go this year. Everybody's under contract, so I can make a trade in the offseason. Oh my God, Zion Williamson wins MVP. Maybe you just got to wait it out with this team. Okay, Zion just won it in what would be, I like how it says it's 4th year. It's his 6th year in the NBA. Obviously, he missed time due to injury. Yeah, he's our franchise player in 31 minutes a night, too, because we have so many wings. Ace Bailey wins Rookie of the Year and 6th Man of the Year. Wemby gets Depoy, Alex Sarr Most Improved, and Cade Cunningham is your Clutch Player of the Year. He averaged 30 a night. Shout out to the #1 picks winning awards, like Cade Cunningham, Clutch Player of the Year. Sarr was number 2. Was Ace Bailey number 1? No, he was number 2. So only #1 or #2 picks basically won awards. So Zion's obviously on All-NBA first team. I did not expect him to win MVP, so we must have had a very good regular season record, but not good enough for the 1 seed. That's going to go to the OKC Thunder. We missed out on that by 2 games. We probably would have been, I guess we would have been the 2 seed in the East record-wise, but we would have had the best point differential. It's just we're playing in the same conference as the Thunder. So if we do not make it to the conference finals, this is a disappointment of a season just because of how good we were in the regular season. And as much as I like Jose Alvarado, I don't think he's going to play for the playoffs. I think I'm going to just go more minutes to like the starters. So I'm going to go like 36 to Zion. We're going to go 36 to Brandon Ingram, 25 to Hawkins. Let's go 34 to Murray, maybe 1 more to Drummond. So we are taking on the Dallas Mavericks in round #1. Not an easy round 1 opponent, but Kyrie Irving did leave them. So maybe that's going to make this a little bit easier for us. Game 1, we do end up beating them by 20. All right, maybe this Pelicans team is for real, but I'm not going to get my hopes up too much. Game #2, we do end up losing this one, 121-113. I'm seeing like that Herb Jones is playing 21 minutes a night. I feel like that I'm just not utilizing him the way he should. Like I'm playing Jordan Hawkins more minutes than him. And do we need Hawkins' shooting? Let's see. Game 3 goes to the Mavericks. All right. I think that's where I make a lineup adjustment. I think that's where we make some changes. So I'm going to get Herb Jones into the starting lineup. We're going to play Hawkins like 20 minutes a night. Love his shooting, but maybe we need his defense out there. Also, something I should be doing more often, I'm going to put Herb Jones on him in the playoffs because, yeah, we can't have, I don't know, DeJounte Murray guarding him or Jordan Hawkins. Maybe it mattered for game 4. We'll see. Luka still had a Luka-type game. I mean, there's only so much you could do to try to stop Luka. 35, 10, and 5 for Zion Williamson. Game 5 is going to go to the Mavericks. They end up winning 113-107. Zion has had a very incredible playoff series, like an MVP, but If we lose in round 1, that is massive disappointment. Wow. All right. 2 seed. MVP. Wow, we're on top of the world, and then we end up losing in 6 of the Mavericks. Now, the Mavericks are a tough round 1 opponent, but they don't even have Kyrie anymore. We basically lost to Luka, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but a bunch of role players in this way. Lonnie Walker dropped 26 in Game 6. PJ Washington dropped 24. Klay Thompson is 36 years old, and Derek Lively had 2 points. He averaged 8 points throughout the series. We basically lost to Luka and role players, which sucks because I thought we had the top end talent. Now we're gonna have to make some notable changes in the offseason. Maybe we're just too good of a regular season team. But yeah, I think Willie Green, you're probably gone. I just feel like we're not getting the best out of this core. Celtics Thunder in the finals, and the Thunder win it all with Shea getting finals MVP. And yeah, I'm glad I didn't trade that Milwaukee Bucks pick. They did not make the playoffs this year, so that means, oh my god, it jumped up to 3. We just guaranteed ourselves AJ Dembele, Darren Peterson, and Cameron Boozer. Okay. That is kind of unreal. Oh my god, our new head coach is going to have so many different options. He's got 1 year left on his deal. I mean, let me look at the candidates. Like, I'd probably offer Kenny Atkinson, Joe Maz, Jason Kidd. Yeah, there's plenty of good candidates out there. I'm sorry, Willie Green. So this is, I think, a good spot to be in. I'm going to offer Atkinson, Mazzulla, Kidd. I know we're not like a big free agency spot. I don't know if it's a big coaching spot, but I got to be able to get at least one of these guys. Mark Dagno's out here. Even Quinn Snyder, I'd take a chance on over Willie Green. Darvin Ham? No, I'm not doing that. So let's see if we get one of these guys. And we ended up getting just 1. Or we got 2. We got Snyder and Kidd. I'm going to take Jason Kidd. So like I said, we're pretty much guaranteeing ourselves one of the top 3. I mean, I would love to get Cameron Boozer, have that Duke front court of Zion and Boozer. Man, I don't know. I mean, could we trade up? Let's see who goes 1. I assume that Vance is going to go 1. I mean, I would throw like Grand Theft Alvarado. I got to stop calling him that. Just like Jose Alvarado. Could I throw him and like pick 3 to move up 1 spot? I mean, it depends if they like somebody there at 2. And I guess he's got a no trade clause. Just kind of oh my god, the Thunder have the number 1 pick. Oh my god, man. As long as we're getting good, so are they. The Rockets really can't afford a $2 million contract. All right, never mind. I don't think we're going to be able to pull that off. And we're going to send Jose Alvarado to the 76ers for Dembele. I don't know if he's going to ever play for us, but it gives us some center depth. And we're going to get the 25th pick in this draft. So I'm going to be drafting 2 rookies, which I don't know. I'm going to struggle to get Ethan Almanza some playing time next year. This team it's kind of stacked. All right, so Cat's got 1 year left on his deal. I mean, do I want to move Ingram for Cat? He was coming off a really good season. I mean, I would definitely move McCollum. I mean, do I want to keep Herb and Trey and then send off Ingram? I feel like this is something we could do. And we have just like an elite floor spacing 5. He's got 1 year left. Like the Knicks were trying to get Cat for so long. I feel like we've been trying to get Cat for so long. I don't want to move in pick 3. And I would also give you, I guess I'll give you Almanza as well. I don't even know if they'll take this, but it gives them at least a young piece to build around. Ingram is a good player. They can keep or flip. And then they get CJ McCollum as well. They are going to agree to that. So we finally get Karl-Anthony Towns on the team. We're going to have Cat and Zion in this front court, which is kind of nasty. I like Drummond as well. So, like, we're going to have a lot of good centers. We're going to have Zion. We have Herb and Murphy coming out at the small forwards. Hawkins, I think, is ready to take the shooting guard spot full time. We tried it out last year. And I'm getting the 3rd overall pick, which is either going to be one of the 3 studs. We'll figure out who it's going to be. It's going to be Boozer or Darren Peterson. And it's I kind of wanted Boozer. So it is going to be Darren Peterson, which I'm very excited for because I think this is a clear top 3 going into this draft, which is really exciting because I think that's a better top 3 right now. I mean, you're projecting so far into the future in real life, but you have some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey, and Dylan Harper. I think that trio, because I think that Dembele might actually be better than Cooper Flagg, and Cameron Boozer may be better than Dembele. So he may be better than Cooper Flagg. And then you add in Darren Peterson, who I think right now is probably going to be better than Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, which is saying a lot. And I'm going to draft Dash Daniels because we drafted his brother Dyson in that 2021 draft. So that's kind of a cool storyline. And we're taking Nick Fury himself, Samuel Jackson, here in the 2nd round. So this team, I think, got better this offseason. I know adding Cat hasn't worked out for some teams in the past, maybe the Knicks, but I like what we have. You can mentor Yves Missi. Who knows? Maybe Yves Missi is going to have somewhat of a 3-point shot. So we are here in free agency. We don't have anybody, but DeJounte Murray does have a player option next year, so he could end up being a free agent earlier than we think. I'm excited to get Scottie Pippen into the rotation. And now I'm looking at something right now. So like figuring out this rotation, like we have our starting 5 and our 6th man like right here. And then coming off the bench, we're going to have like Missi, Peterson, Drummond, Pippen. Man, I think I could sign Dalton Connect, which is kind of insane. I guess they did decline his team options going forward like they did with Jalen Hood-Schifino. So I'm going to just sign Dalton Connect. I mean, why not? I have to do that. And we're going to bring some legends in. Former Pelicans legend Larry Nance Jr. and Jay Huff, who's just shooting 50% from 3 this season. And Luka Doncic, he signs with the Kings like all the time. I don't know if like they're a team that has cap space at this moment, but it's funny because like he did not get along with Vlade Divac, or Vlade Divac did not want to take him, and they took Marvin Bagley back in 2018. So it's ironic he goes there, and De'Aaron Fox always replaces him in Dallas. So they basically just swap teams. Kyrie going to Boston, that's realistic. So we're gonna see how this team is gonna perform with no Brandon Ingram. Cat is a free agent at the end of the year too, so hopefully we're able to get an extension done with him. But I really like this team, and now that we have Jason Kidd as our head coach, I like our ceiling this year. But we do need to cut 2 players before the season starts. It's going to be Karl Matovich, and the last spot, I hate to do it. Now it's probably going to be Jay Huff. We're going to keep Larry Nance here for the good veteran leadership. So as solid as Drummond was for us last year, I don't think he's going to crack the rotation. We're going to go 10 minutes to Scottie Pippen. I'm going to go 18 to Darren Peterson, the rookie. I'm going to go 14 to Connect, 14 to Yves Missi. I would like to go 27 to Trey Murphy coming off the bench, 33 to Cat, 35 to Zion. We're going to go 28 to Herb Jones, 28 to Jordan Hawkins, 33. I think we're going to go 32 to Murray, 34 to Cat. This is Cat's and Zion's team. Hopefully it works out balanced. We are going to be a 4.5-star team. First game of the year at home against Cat's 2 teams ago, the Timberwolves. Zion drops 42 against them. All right, maybe Cat isn't the greatest. We're definitely feeling out this team because we're 26 and 23 right now. We do have a positive point differential. I think we're going to be better in the second half of the season, but it's something to note. And tell me like the Knicks are like a top seed in the East without Cat now. They're pretty much the same record right now. So Zion is leading this team in points, followed by Cat, who is spacing the floor well. He's shooting 37% from 3. DeJounte Murray's averaging 7.5 assists, shooting 33% from 3. Jordan Hawkins has been unreal. That extension looks great for us. Trey Murphy's been a great 6-man. Darren Peterson looks good. I don't know if I can ever convert him into a point guard. Herb Jones has been good as well. Dalton Connect, not a bad piece for us whatsoever. He's shooting 44% from the field, 40% from 3. He's just not taking a ton of shots. And also, I'm going to be making this blockbuster trade at the deadline. Now, I'm surprised I'm getting Anthony Black in this deal. I don't know, like, what I'm supposed to do with that, but I'll take Anthony Black. I'm not going to say no to that. I'm giving them DeJounte Murray, Dalton Connect, a first rounder and a second rounder for Jalen Suggs. This is the guy I wanted because he can shoot threes. It's down a little bit, but I think I don't know. I want Jalen Suggs as my point guard. Maybe Anthony Black is the future point guard. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to have both these options because I think they fit this team a little bit better than DeJounte Murray. So we're going to do this trade. I can't believe I just got Black and Jalen Suggs. I feel like that's a terrible trade for the Magic, but I'm going to capitalize on their poor management, which now I don't know if that makes Scottie Pippen Jr. obsolete. So as much as I wanted to play him, I think he's going to be out of the rotation. We're going to give Anthony Black probably like 20 minutes a night. I don't know. We're going to figure out like if Suggs plays well or not in the playoffs, if we're going to make a switch or not. I'm going to go 30 to Hawkins, 30 to Herb Jones, 32 to Suggs. And I think just we could definitely value his defense in the starting 5 and hopefully his good 3-point shooting over what Murray was giving us. And Karl-Anthony Towns is willing to re-sign with us, so we're going to give him a 3-year extension worth $37 million a year. We can also re-sign Zion, so let's do that. 3 years. It's going to go, I don't have enough money. Interesting. All right. Can I offer him that? No. Can I offer him that? All right. So we're going to have to figure that out in the offseason. Maybe Zion comes back next year. Anthony Black. This is why I just wonder what I'm doing with myself. Black got extended. Why didn't I check that? I hate it doesn't show that, but that's something I should check. That's on me. Maybe the Magic took advantage of me and they got out of this massive contract. Oh my God, that's a lot of money. All right. When is Jalen Suggs a free agent? He's a free agent 4 years. Like, yeah, we got a lot of money to Anthony Black. I don't know. He's a good 3-point shooter. I think he could be a good playmaker. I think he's a good defender. Maybe it's going to be fine paying him all that money, but yeah, we're going to have to figure something out in the offseason. If I can't re-sign Zion, I got to trade other people. Cade Cunningham averaged 30 points per game last year. 35 points per game this year. He ends up winning MVP. AJ Debanta is your rookie of the year. Tower Hero 6-man. Wemby Depoy. Most improved is Trey Johnson. Yeah, what a season for Cade Cunningham. Joe Maz ends up going back to Boston. He ends up getting coach of the year. We don't get Zion Williamson on the first 2 teams after he won MVP last year. He does make all NBA third team though this year. There's Ethan Almanza, all rookie first team for the Knicks. I don't know if he really deserves that. Darren Peterson though, shot the lights out of the gym. Like he may be better than Jordan Hawkins next season. So we finished the year as a 3 seed. Going up against the Clippers in round 1, a team we did beat 2 years ago. They got Mackenzie Mbako there at the shooting guard spot. He's been good for Indiana in real life. They got Jeremy Shohan on this team. And I'm ready to go for the playoffs. I don't know how this team looks. I didn't expect to get Jalen Suggs and Anthony Black this year. Suggs was a little bit better of a shooter when he came over to New Orleans. So let's see how this rotation looks in the playoffs. Game number 1, we do beat the Clippers by 15. Cat drops 27. 34 points between Trey Murphy and Darren Peterson off the bench. You'll love to see that. Game 2 goes to the Pelicans. We win 129-98. Zion with a monster 38, 11, and 6 performance. We go up 3-0. All right, so we struggled to beat them 2 years ago. We are dominating them right now. Anthony Black, as efficient as it gets off the bench for us. Game number 4, are we able to sweep them? We do. So we make quick work of the LA Clippers. Zion and Trey Murphy combined for 52. Suggs has 22, knocks down 2 threes. All right, coming in here in the second round, we're taking on the Golden State Warriors. I don't want to take them too easy, but we should beat this team. Curry is 39 years old, putting the team on his back. They ended up beating, oh my God, they beat the Thunder for us. That is insane. Did they like not sign Chet? Sometimes they do that, and they didn't sign Chet. Okay. Ian Jackson, AJ Debenta went off. I don't know how Golden State beat them. That's why I don't want to take them too easy. And like, I don't want to be too cocky because they can humble me real quick. We win game 1. We win game 2. We are 6-0 to start off the playoffs. 25 points for Jordan Hawkins, 25 for Cat, 23, 8, and 10 for Zion. Game number 3 goes to the Pelicans, 124-107, 31, 10, and 7 for Zion Williamson. Are we going to sweep them? No, there. Damn. So we're not going to go undefeated through the first 2 rounds. Please tell me we gentlemen sweep them, and we do. So we end up winning that one in 5. In round 1, it looks like Zion was our top guy, followed by Cat, Murphy. Jalen Suggs definitely struggled. In round 2, Herb Jones struggled shooting the ball, but Zion was unreal. Hawkins was good, and Suggs bounced back. We're taking on the Houston Rockets. This team did beat us in the playoffs before, back 2 years ago, where I thought we were going to make it to the conference finals. Let's see how this looks. Game 1 goes to the Pelicans, 113-97. Zion has a good game. Cat has a good game, in a way. Game 2 goes to the Rockets. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a tough test against us. I don't know if there's people... Oh, man, Suggs has been kind of disappointing in the playoffs. So I'm going to do something that I didn't expect, but hey, we got Anthony Black. Let's use him. I'm going to lower Suggs minutes, and I'm going to make Black the starter. Black Hawk is a pretty cool backcourt name. If only we had somebody with the last name like Down, like Josh Downs in the NFL, we could have had Black Hawk Down on the team. Game 3 goes to the Pelicans, 127-113, 22 for Zion, 26 for Hawkins, 27 for, Zion had 27, Cat had 22, excuse me. Black, first start, 3 steals, 11 assists. Good efficiency. We love to see that. Maybe starting Anthony Black was the move. 37 for Zion, 24 for Cat. Game number 5 goes to the Pelicans. All right, we just beat the Warriors and the Rockets in 5 apiece, and we're taking on the Celtics in the NBA Finals. Duke versus Duke, Tatum versus Zion. They also have Kyrie from Duke as well. How did they have the cap space to sign Kyrie? Like, that is insane. I don't know how they were able to afford him. Do they still have Kristaps? Did I miss him? How did they have the cap space for that? I don't know. Game 1 goes to the Celtics, 117-102. Damn. Jason Kidd is 0-1 in the finals against the Celtics in his career. We're going to try to right that wrong. We do end up winning game 2 on the backs of Zion dropping 44 points. Game number 3 goes to the Pelicans. We win 111-104. Zion with 28. Or excuse me, Cat with 28. I keep saying that. They tie it up. They win by 23 points. Damn, Herb Jones had 27 in this one. That's definitely his playoff high. Game 5 goes to the Celtics. They blow us out. Oh, man, we get to the finals. Don't tell me to lose it. Don't tell me to lose it. Let's force a game 7. Let's win game 6 at home. We have a great second quarter. We outscored them by 12 there. Very high scoring second quarter. And we had 75 points at the end of the first half. And it looks like we're going to a game 7. We win by 13. Zion drops 30. And before game 7, I got to update my 2K. Great timing. I accidentally pressed on my team for the first time in 2K25, and now I got to open different boxes. I just want to play game 7. Oh my God, get me out of here. I have 13 packs left to open. I don't care for this. So I can just get like a 96 Michael Jordan off the rip. What happened to my team? So you could just have KD, Anthony Edwards, and Michael Jordan. 96 is off the rip. Oh my God, get me out of here, please. How do I leave this? I gotta pick a I just want to get out of this. Oh my God, I don't want to watch a tutorial. I just want to play game 7. Please, please. I don't need this. Okay, finally, get me out of here. Oh my God, it won't let me leave until I collect a badge. Okay, finally. Let's just get... I never want to see this game mode again. Please, let me leave this forever. You know how you can delete like the GarageBand app or like Photo Booth on your phone? I want to delete my team off my NBA 2K25 menu screens. All right, here we go. Game 7, finally. This is something I waited next 5 minutes for. Let's do this. We get off to a good start. We're up by 4. Don't blow this in the third. Okay, we're up by 8 right now. We're in the 4th. We're up by 18. I think the Pelicans are going to get it done. Let's go. We got Jalen Suggs coming off a screen. Drew Holiday, are you a washed defender? Jalen Suggs is the new Drew Holiday now. He knocks down that 3. I actually do think Jalen Suggs, if he continues the way he's playing, because he's off to a good start in real life, he could replace Drew Holiday in that role for the 2028 Olympics, because Derek White still might be like in like his prime to play at a high level there, but Herb Jones blocked Tatum. He doesn't, but he gets the rebound. Zion blocked Tatum. He gets the rebound. We're good though. But yeah, I would not be surprised if we did see like Jalen Suggs on Team USA. Darren Peterson right in front of Jaylen Brown. That would have been sick. Darren Peterson 3-ball is no good. Steve Messi can't get that rebound. But yeah, we're going to be beating Boston in the NBA Finals on the road as well in Game 7. Nice win. I would have been a little sad because I thought like we were going to be able to beat them in a one-game mode right now, as Peterson is holding his own on Kristaps. I don't know why he doesn't want to shoot the ball. Maybe that's why you guys can't win a Game 7. I mean, they're older. Maybe they're past their prime. I forgot they had Kyrie Irving on this team. This was like a stacked team. Kristaps, I mean, he's got to score over Peterson, right? Jeez. 7 foot for nothing. And Finals MVP is going to be Zion Williamson. He's won an MVP and a Finals MVP in this video. And I want to see if I can go back to back. We're going to do one more year. I think this team can be right in the thick of things next year. And I think we have an interesting decision to make if we're going to go with Anthony Black for the future or Jalen Suggs, because Black played better in the playoffs. And did we end Steph's and Harden's career because they both retired? Oh, we didn't play Harden on the Clippers because he was on the Raptors, but we did end Steph's career technically. But honestly, I may just run this team back if I can afford everyone, because Zion isn't going to be a free agent. I'm going to let Adem Bona and Samuel Jackson walk, because that little bit of money could allow me to re-sign Zion, even though this is the last year anyway. Damn, if I had cap space, I could sign Jokic. He has 0 offers right now, but I could sign Killian Hayes. I'll pass. Player progression, Zion is a 94, Cat is an 89, Suggs is an 87, Black 86, Peterson, who may start over Jordan Hawkins, who knows, is going up. This is a really good team. So I don't think Scottie Pippen Jr. is going to crack the rotation. Maybe not even Dash Daniels for the regular season. So it's going to be, yeah, like this bench is unreal, because we've developed Yves Missi to be a good backup center. Hawkins is going to get like 22 minutes a night. I'm going to give Trey Murphy 25 minutes. I actually do think Anthony Black and Peterson in the starting 5 has the best chance for us to get like the most amount of wins this year. So we're going to do that. Cat's going to get 32. Zion's going to get 32. I'd like to go 28 to these guys. And then, yeah, we're going to go 30 to Anthony Black. System proficiency is 4.5 star balance. Let's see if this team can win 60 plus games. And Zion Williamson wins MVP for the second time in this video. We were very good throughout the regular season. Jason Kidd gets Coach of the Year. Not only did we win 60 plus games, we won 70 plus games, 72-10, which puts us as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going to be taking on the Lakers in round number 1. Zion obviously winning MVP, was our leading scorer, followed by Towns. Darren Peterson in year 2 was great. Thank you very much, Milwaukee, for that. And then someone's going to tell me in the comments, and they're probably right. Actually, I don't know, like that we weren't able to get that pick, and maybe that was supposed to go to Milwaukee, and maybe I'm just a fraud throughout this video, who knows. So this team doesn't have LeBron anymore. They do have Bilal Coulibaly and OG Anunoby. All right, so the Knicks look a little bit different, and the Knicks didn't make the playoffs, so maybe they have been struggling like in this whole video. So we end up beating them in 5. Very nice. I do want to make some lineup adjustments for round number 2, as I think Yves Missi, who was great in round number 1 for sure, is going to play less minutes. I think Jordan Hawkins, he's so good, is going to play less minutes. Same with Trey Murphy and Suggs for now. We're going to go 34 to Cat, 35 to Zion, 2 more minutes to give around here. I think I may give them to Anthony Black. Let's go 2 more to Peterson, and then 2 more to Anthony Black. So we're taking on Dallas, who beat us in round 1 a couple years ago, but they don't have Luka Doncic anymore. Jason Kidd against his former team is going to get revenge, and we end up winning in 4. Zion averaged 30 points against the Mavericks in that series. So now we're taking on OKC. Are we the new Thunder? I mean, this is still a really good team. And in my 20-year Warriors rebuild, the Thunder got Ben Simmons as their center for like 5 years. So it works out. Are we going to be able to beat them? Yes, we do. We beat them in 6. Zion gets Western Conference Finals MVP. Ace Bailey in the East. Definitely deserving for Zion. So can he get the trifecta? MVP, Conference Finals MVP, and Finals MVP in the same season? Yes, he can. What a final year for Zion Williamson, who's scheduled to be a free agent. He'd be getting the largest contract probably in NBA history, because he'd be eligible for the Supermax by now. So that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments which team we should rebuild next, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.